This is Radio Romania International. You are listening to our 1-hour broadcast in English for listeners in Western Europe and Africa. We can also be heard on the internet at www.ri.ro, Channel 1. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and other social media platforms. Our programs are also available on TuneIn, Radio Romania International 1, and in Europe via satellite Eutelsat 16A on 11,512 MHz, vertical polarization, azimuth 16 degrees east. We wish you good reception conditions.
Welcome, I'm Mihaela Ignatescu with the news, the headlines. Spain, currently holding the 6-month presidency of the EU, reaffirms its support for Romania's Schengen accession. The first visit to the west of the Romanian Prime Minister Marcel Ciolacu is this week to Germany, where he will meet with the Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and 4 tennis players from Romania are participating in the Wimbledon tournament, the 3rd Grand Slam of the year. Spain supports Romania's accession to the Schengen area, the Spanish ambassador to Bucharest, José Antonio Hernández Pérez Solorzano, has stated. At the press conference hosted by the Office of the European Commission representation in Romania, which marked the taking over for the second half of the year of the presidency of the EU Council by Spain, he stated that the issue of Romania's and Bulgaria's accession to Schengen will be put on the agenda of the Justice and Home Affairs Council, most likely this fall. It is a priority of our presidency to include Romania and Bulgaria in the Schengen area, the official added. In turn, the Romanian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Luminița Dobescu, said that the Schengen area will be stronger when Romania becomes a full member. The European Commission believes that Bucharest has been prepared for several years now to join the Schengen area and has met all the requirements, and the European Parliament has given a clear signal of support. MEPs believe that the decision to leave Romania and Bulgaria outside the free movement area is discriminatory, both for the residents of the two countries and for the diaspora. More on this after the news. The first visit to the West by the Romanian Prime Minister Marcel Ciolacu will take place this week in Germany, where he is scheduled to meet Chancellor Olaf Scholz. In addition to the bilateral economic relationship, which the officials in Bucharest call exceptional, the talks will also focus on the issue of security. Prime Minister Ciolacu will be accompanied on his visit to Berlin by several ministers, including the Minister of Defense, Angel Tâlvăr. Romania was visited twice in the last year by the federal president Franz-Walter Steinmeier and for the first time in April by Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Last month, shortly after the investiture, Ciolacu made his first visit abroad to the neighboring Republic of Moldova, where he reiterated Romania's support for that country's European path. The head of the Romanian Intelligence Service, Eduard Helvig, has announced his resignation today. I believe that since I have achieved my proposed objectives, there is no reason to continue occupying this position. We managed to restructure the institution, promoted a new generation in management positions, and made available to society information from the former Securitate archives, Helvig says in a statement for the press. Eduard Helvig was appointed director of the Romanian Intelligence Service in 2015. The training ship Mircea of the Romanian Navy left today from the Constanța military port in the southeast on the Black Sea on an international training march. It has on board 67 students from the Mircea cel Bătrân Naval Academy and 12 foreign students from partner academies from Bulgaria, Germany, Poland, Turkey, Latvia, Spain and Italy. The training march will last 28 days, during which the sailing ship will dock in 3 ports: Piraeus in Greece, Taranto in Italy and Izmir in Turkey. In all these ports, the sailboat will be open for visits. The training ship will return to Constanța on July 31st. France had a night of relative calm without major incidents after the violence during the week caused by the death of a teenager shot dead by the police at a traffic control in the Paris region. Law enforcement maintained a massive presence on the streets, and the young man's relatives publicly spoke out against the looting and destruction triggered by protests and called for an end to the riots. In 5 nights of protest, the authorities counted 5,000 burned vehicles, almost 1,000 burned or damaged buildings, and 250 attacks on police and gendarmerie stations. According to the correspondent of Radio Romania in Paris, the most affected are the public buildings, schools, town halls, offices of some institutions, which were devastated and set on fire. Over 700 shops and 250 bank agencies were broken into and looted throughout the country. And now sports, Romanian tennis player Irina Begu, 29th seed, will play her first match at the Wimbledon tournament, the 3rd Grand Slam of the year, against a player from Canada, Rebecca Marino. This will be the first confrontation between Begu and Marino. Sorana Cârstea will take on the German athlete Tatiana Maria, last year's semi-finalist in the London tournament. Cârstea leads 3-1 in direct matches. Anna Bogdan will have a difficult match in the first round against the Russian Lyudmila Samsonova. Jacqueline Christian also entered the main draw thanks to the protected ranking, and in the first round she will face the Italian Lucia Bronzetti. Canadian player of Romanian origin Bianca Andreescu will play against the Hungarian Anna Bondar in the first round. And that was the news.